Taste with Karina Mitchell New Year's Eve show. Today we'll feature jazz artist, pianist Billy Foster. Also, we'll have gospel singer-songwriter Dwayne Coleman. All for you today, celebrating 2013.
Jazz is basically, the main component is improvisation. And it's kind of different from any other music in that, like, in pop music, when you go to a concert, you want to hear it like the record. You know, if they aren't doing it like the record, then something's wrong. Or classical music, they want to hear it like Beethoven. You know, but in jazz, it needs to change every time you play, or you aren't doing anything. You know, so.
It's like that abstract.
Yeah, it's the
abstract
improv thing. Yeah. So you're up taking chances and things like that. And number of artists, Roy Hargrove, trumpet player, Nicholas Payton, trumpet. These are all younger musicians who are keeping the tradition going.
You also have a radio show, WGVE 88.7 FM.
Right.
And it's called Billy Foster's Jazz Zone.
Right.
Right. Tell us about the radio show.
Well, the radio show is on every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. We try to play mostly people who are alive now and trying to make records and make a living doing this music right now, even though we do go back to some of the oldies like Charlie Parker and Dexter Gordon, some of those guys too, so that we know our history. There's a lineage, you know, like from Louis Armstrong, King Oliver, and those guys all the way up to the day. So we like everybody to know that there's that history. We think it's an important music.
It is very important. So you say you're on, say it again, Tuesday, Thursday,
Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
Right, that's a good time. That's
yeah,
a really
it is
good
a good
time.
Yeah.
And you have a mentor, a special mentor, who kind of took you under his wing, and that was Jackie Byard?
Yeah, Jackie Byard. He was the first jazz pianist that I ever really took lessons from. And I learned an awful lot from him. He's deceased now, but he was really well known as an educator and as a pianist. He played with people like Charlie Mingus and just everybody. Everybody knows.
Now, where was he? You guys located?
New York.
So there's a couple of songs. There's a song in mind that you would like to tell the audience that you would like to play this evening?
Well, there's a song that I wrote several years ago that's on a CD that we did, the Valparaiso Faculty Jazz Trio. It's called Straight Strut, and it's a tune that I use for my theme song.
I'm Karina Mitchell, and I'm sitting here with Dwayne Coleman. Dwayne has a new CD out. It's called This Moment. How did you come up with the title, This Moment?
I was in conversation with one of my mentors, Mitchell Jones, out of Commission, the group Commission, where Fred Hammond actually came out of. And we were having a discussion about eternity, about past, about present, about future. And we really came up with the conclusion that this is the only moment that matters. This is the moment that we want to spend with the Father in unbroken fellowship with Him. And I mean, that inspiration just hit me like crazy in that moment. I understand as a preacher that there is no grace for the past. There's no grace for the future. There's only grace for this moment. And we have to appreciate this moment, live in this moment, and live the way we were supposed to live, in fellowship with the Father, this moment.
Okay, I'm so glad I asked that question. You totally rocked that answer. That's what everybody should be trying to live their lives in the moment.
Sure.
Although we know we had a past and tomorrow is the future.
Right.
But what really is important is like this moment right here on bass with me and Dwayne Coleman.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
I like that. I'm going to have to use that quite often with the this moment.
Well,
what song on this CD you think would be the hit, the landmark song that you would like for everyone to remember?
well, there are actually two.
Okay.
And one would be Nothing. That's song number 2, the one that Mark Spencer is featured on. Jesus in his ministry said, I can of myself do nothing. And so this means that he totally depended on the Father. And I feel the same way. Sometimes we get caught up in titles and positions and whatnot in the church, and we feel like that makes us something, and that makes us influential and all of this. But if Jesus Christ said, I can of myself do nothing, then I take that same philosophy. Yes. I totally depend on God. I can't preach, I can't sing, I can't be a husband, can't be a father in my own strength. I'll mess it up.
Yes.
But if I'm yielded to the one who has empowered me to be those things, then it'll be successful.
Yes.
You know, then there's another song called Lost for Words, and it's about being in the presence of God. When we really get in the presence of God, I think it goes beyond a lot of emotionalism and a lot of adrenaline rush that we see in the church. And you get into a place where, because he is so beautiful and he is so awesome and he is so wonderful, he's beyond articulation. You know?
Yes.
And
awesome.
I've been there, and I love being there, and I get lost for words every time I'm there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dwayne, I'm so happy that you're a guest on my show tonight. Now, this is my New Year's Eve show. And the reason why I'm having gospel and jazz is because on New Year's Eve, what do? You're either going to go to church or you're going to the party.
Right. Yep.
And then those who want to go to party, they can come to a nice jazz set and listen to Billy Foster this evening.
Sure.
You know, and I want them to listen to Dwayne Coleman this evening. I want them to embrace into the Lord. And then when they're finished, I want them to go to the party, you know, and listen to some jazz with Billy Foster and take the night on out like that. Because that's what New Year's Eve is all about. It's about entertainment, music, and being happy, starting your new day very happy.
Right, and right. Starting it right.
Yes. What song would you like to sing off of this today?
Lost for Words.
Lost for Words.
You are so loving, and you are so gracious, full of compassion. You are faithful. You are your loving kindness and your tender mercies, full of compassion. You are faithful. Here in your presence I become lost for words. You are so loving, and you are so gracious, full of compassion. You are faithful. You are your loving kindness, your tender mercies, full of compassion. You are faithful. Here in your presence I am speechless. Glorious joy unspeakable. Here in my heart and soul, your presence, it's so overwhelming. I become lost for words. So overwhelming. I become lost for words. There are no words I can say when I see your beautiful face. I become speechless, speechless. I'm speechless. There are no words I can say when I see your beautiful face. It's so overwhelming. I become lost for words. So overwhelming. I become lost for words. I become lost for words.
Bass is on fire. Feel the heat. We're burning down the house.